Do you know Rich Vos?
I do.
He was on a couple of seasons.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was on the same season as you.
No, he wasn't. I think he might have been either year before or year after. I can't remember which one.
Yeah. He roasted me last week at the comedy club.
Oh, God bless. How terrifying. How terrifying was that? Was that all right?
So here's the thing. My girlfriend's in Cuba.
Yeah.
And I decided, well, I'm going to bring my parents.
Yeah.
And I always sit in the front row because I'm a big shot, right?
Yeah.
And my stepdad decides at the last minute he's not going to go.
Okay.
But my mom shows up. So it's just me and my mom sitting in the front row. And now all of a sudden I'm on a date with my mother.
Oh, God.
Sitting in the front row. And of all comedians, it's Rich Vos, right?
And he's going to roast you. Oh,
and
my
he's
God.
going to roast me, and he sure did.
Oh, my God. I look forward to seeing that. I was going to say, if it's ever available.
No, it's not available. Unfortunately, it's just in my memories.
Oh, God. Yeah, in your psyche, in your nightmares.
Yeah, and it made me think, I never seen a comedian personally that had done such good crowd work as Rich Vos.
Gosh. Yeah.
Do you do crowd work? What do you think about it? Is that the true test of a comedian?
You know what? That's a good question. I, the other night, was at the Improv, and I watched Kira, oh, gosh. So what's her? I'm going to mess up her last name so badly. Soldanovich, God bless her. She did Last Comic Standing too. Fabulous. I'm sorry, Kira, that I'm messing up your last name so badly. But her entire set was talking to the crowd. And I was like, as a comic who we don't, we're jaded at this point. Laughter is, it's harder to squeak laughter out of us. I mean, I was screaming with laughter. It was so funny. Like I think someone who's good at crowd work is just one of my favorite things to watch. You can't fake it. It's so pure. I mean, Ian Bagg. Do you know Ian Bagg? I mean, my God, he's just brilliance, absolute brilliance. I don't spend a lot of my time doing crowd work, but I can, because you're exactly right. I think it is absolutely one of the sort of one of the factors into making a good comic. I mean, being sharp and being fast on your feet is what sort of, I think, tells us that we can be comedians. So I think, talking to the crowd is, always sort of an example of that. But just as I've gone on in my life, because I don't host as much as I used to. I don't MC as much as I used to. And that was way more time, talking to the crowd. But now it's just sort of rapid fire succession. If something happens in the room, I'm going to deal with it. But my God, just seeing a comic, really just spend their entire 12 minutes talking to the crowd. Oh, it can really be a thing of beauty.
He did an hour, I'd say.
Oh, God. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, impressive. I love that, too. I love it, too, because it's completely, you cannot recreate it. That's why it's so fun, too. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, if you were in that room and you saw Rich Vos doing an hour, I mean, that's it. You're not going to ever see that again. And that's beautiful. Because I think people forget that comics, our set is our set. You know what I mean? We know what we're going to say. And that's why I think crowd work is so special. It's like you can't recreate it. It's never going to happen again.